What? Lightwalkers! Those who walk in the light. What? Come on. Lightwalkers! Walking in the light. Walking in the light. Lightwalkers. Yes, Lord, CASHUS. Just walk.
Watch out, baby. Watch out.
You can't see. I can't see. You can't see.
Watch out, brother. Watch out. Peace, peace.
Yeah. Bring it in.
Nah, straight up.
Oh, CASHUS.
And your brother Chris Lyon, man.
Check it out, man. Lightwalker tonight. We got sunglasses on tonight. They got us right here. We in the light tonight.
Oh, we're walking in the light tonight. Right in the light, man.
Man, listen, it's been a good week. It was nice weather.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Changed our clothes a little bit, but it was beautiful. Springtime and beautiful. We didn't get no weather.
Not
here, but
we got that funky type of weather, man. You know, always ups and downs in this early springtime months, man. But it's been beautiful, man, nonetheless, today in the past few days. And really enjoy getting back outside, man. Oh, man, you know, gotta always first and foremost take a walk and take a stroll in the woods, you understand? Gotta get out there, take a nice walk in nature, soak it up, man, the fall days, man. Just right in my backyard, you know?
Oh, yeah, I do that. I thought you went to the dude.
You know my backyard is pretty much the dude, you know what I'm saying?
You got this cliff down there, you need rope to cut.
Hey, it's just you need.
I thought you need some rope. Ropes. You sure need some ropes.
Yeah, man, watch out.
And then you got this alligator down. We know we ain't good down, man. But you don't say it's an alligator down there.
You never know, you never know.
Alligator.
We find some crazy things around this side of town, but you know what I mean?
Stuff growing. A lot of plants growing down. Some good stuff coming up.
Nice and
good herbs. I asked everybody out there to get you an herb book. Get you a Minerals Bible. What's that picture this on your app?
Picture this, man.
Picture this. Yeah, I'm promoting it. It's a nice one. You put the camera on the picture and on the herb. Yeah. And you take a picture of it and it identifies the herb so you can do your research and know what you're doing. Because you don't have to use this herbal medicine. You don't need all of that stuff. So
all too necessary right now.
I suggest y'all grow something. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
What's going on tonight?
I wanted to just say though, to touch on the herbs again, man. Yo, you seen all the yellow dot that's popping up all over the place?
Yeah,
looking nice out there, man.
I saw it in the backyard. I saw some wild onions.
Oh yeah.
I saw all of these wild onions come up. Wild onions. I'm talking about they smell delicious.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Pluck me some spinach.
Oh,
I got some callaloo in the freezer too. I'm from last year. You get a bag of it because we got some callaloo coming.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man, this what's going on. If you're wherever you at, it's springtime. Go look at the herbs and them dandelions. It's dandelion time.
Dandelion too. I'm seeing them guys smoking too.
It's for your detox. You see what I'm saying? It's good for that blood pressure. Come on now, you
that time of year.
Dandelion root, man. Everybody needs to take that dandelion root. Stop playing with it. Stop acting like you don't see it in the backyard. It's right there.
Yeah, man. Do your thing.
Listen, man.
What do you say, brother?
Tonight, all It's also brought to you by Ancient Mystics, all natural products.
Yeah.
The School of the Ancient Mystics.
Yeah,
I can't forget that.
Y'all stay in tune as well, man, because here in the next couple of weeks is going to be prime time for mushroom hunting, you know, so we're going to be putting on, it's going to be like a pop-up, you understand? So probably like the last week of April going into May. Y'all just be in tune because we're waiting for a nice stretch of rain and warm weather, you know what I'm saying? Get some things in the 60s and 70s with some nice patches of rain coming in. So if y'all see that coming up in the agenda, know that we're going to be planning on going out for some mushroom foraging, but I will try my best to put out notification early on as I can, you know what I'm saying? Try to be Mr. Weatherman and predict the weather. Mr. Weatherman, you know what I'm saying?
Did you say you going to hunt for mushrooms?
Yeah, man, mushrooms, you understand?
Y'all didn't hear us say that, did you? Yes, this one
guy, Reggie.
Listen, this day-to-day life.
Yeah.
You talking. You know, if it was a bunch of us in here, that's all. We got the Lightwalkers, and we got Master Foragers. You know what I'm saying? That's all one thing, you see?
Yeah.
So if you want to come and be part of the School of the Ancient Mystics, we and stuff like that, we say, okay, when we going? Some people, I don't think they know what we really talking about.
Man, you understand? It's something so deep, man, that people are so out of tune with, man. You know, when we bring knowledge up like this, man, a lot of people think it's foreign and they shun it right away. But this is the roots, man. This is the groundwork, man. This is what we have to do we have to get back in tune, man, in order to prepare ourselves for the battle that's before us, man. We're already in it, man. You know what I'm saying? So wake up, recognize, and let's get back out, get the boots on the ground, as we say, man. Let's get up out there and forage up some nice, what we call it, we're consuming life, man. So let's go harvest up some life. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Seriously.
I picked some of that purple dead metal.
Oh yeah.
And I picked some cloves, early cloves before the flowers.
The nice green ones.
Yeah, the nice green ones.
Yeah.
I also seen some, what you call that, rabbit grass? What you call it? Chickweed?
Chickweed, man. Lots of
it in the bed. One of the beds. I want to harvest it. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain, so I'm going to wait. Let nature do what it's thing going to do. Y'all join us in the adventures in the garden, too, in the mystic garden. So you got to come out and check us out. We Lightwalkers, you see what I'm saying? This ain't brought to you by Ancient Mystics, School of the Ancient Mystics. So, y'all stay tuned, man, because he said we're going hunting for the shrooms.
It's coming.
Listen, last year, we went up the dunes, up the highest dune in Indiana. We got to this tree at the top of the dune, and there was this huge chicken of the woods mushroom. I'm talking about, it had to be about this big.
Big patch, man.
Big old chicken of the woods. You remember that?
Yeah, that was good stuff, man.
Listen, we harvested off the tree. See, we didn't say we snatched it off the tree. We didn't say we broke it off the tree. We didn't say we yanked it off the tree.
Out, man.
We harvested off the tree. And brought it back. Man, cut that thing up, man. Listen, it tastes like chicken. Listen, I'm talking about this. You thought you was eating a piece of chicken, man. I said, man. You done fooled me because, you know, shrooms have a texture.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just had a meat texture. I swear, man, this ain't it. They were making what's that shit in the woods, Phillies?
Oh, man.
Man, it smells so good with that French bread. Oh, man.
I made some fajitas out of that, you know what I'm saying? Chopped it up nice and thin, man. It came out really fire, man. Real tough. Reminiscent, man. Good memories.
That's good eating.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
That's good eating.
Oh, yeah, we got them and morels coming up first here. We got morels coming up, so that's what we're really going to be on the hunt for.
Come on in with us, y'all. Come on,
man. Come join the light, man.
Join the Lightwalkers now. Join us tonight.
Real talk.
Join us tonight. We have some real talk happening tonight. Right now, we talking about some mushrooms and some plants and stuff like that. Good stuff for your body. You know, it's mind, body, and spirit. You see, so we got to talk that good stuff for your body. We waiting for more people to come on in here with us, and we're going to get down tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about the violence. We're going to talk about the young people. We're going to talk about what's going on in the major cities and the melanation heat and different things of that nature, the frequencies. We're going to get into it tonight because there's some things happening. We are light walkers, so we want to walk around it and look at it and brighten it up and do what we got to do and dissect it so that you can see it. I can't see, you can't see, we can't see. So this is light walkers, you see what I'm saying? So you sitting with us, get comfortable. You know this is Take Note Productions, so get your notebook and take notes. Take notes.
Straight up, man. You got to put it to work, man. You got to keep them notes, man, for the mind. You know what I'm saying? These things come in handy along the line. It's like writing the formula. You know what I'm saying? It is writing the formula.
How you gonna navigate in the world of information without information?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It can't be no other way. You
So
understand?
tonight we're gonna deal with a little of that stuff right quick. Any more things we have to talk about before we dive into the light walk?
So some that a good piece of knowledge that I shared, that I want to share. Check it out, man. So we see a lot of people always taking psilocybin mushrooms, for the trip aspect of it, to hallucinate and such. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. But check it out. We want to look at the medicinal side of it real quick. So a recent study had shown that was done in 2022 showed that combining lion's mane mushroom, which a lot of people are starting to utilize and cultivate nowadays, and grow lion's mane mushroom, combining that, the powder form of that, with psilocybin mushrooms. I'm not sure if it spreads upon the entire different selection of psilocybins that are out there, but nonetheless, psilocybin in general, mixing those two together are starting to show the rebuilding of damaged nerve cells. So people who have like dead nerves because they had a hit, or people have had a stroke and such, they can go ahead. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Food of the gods.
Put the nerves back together, man.
Food of the gods.
Of the guys, man.
Shrooms. Everybody that's taking them to get high.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to get high.
Man.
See, they trying to get high instead of having walk through the bar. You know what I'm saying? They want to get high. They want to take as many of them they can. So they just, come on, man.
I see people go off the edge with that, man. Their brains fried up, man. You know what I'm saying? You get stupid. Don't be stupid with the medicine, man.
Call magical.
That's right, man.
Shrooms.
Straight
up. Mystic shrooms. They call food of the gods.
Absolutely, man.
They're not called that for nothing. Them plants been used for thousands of years. That shroom, that fungi, that's a fungus, not a plant, it's a fungus.
Absolutely, a living organism.
A living organism. It's been used for thousands of years. It's alien.
Straight up.
And it's been used to cure all kinds of things. It has properties. The turkey tail mushroom, there's so many of them. And there's a lot of poison ones. Yeah. There's a lot of supernatural ones too. For some medicines. And in the 21st century, I hope we can get to light walking and walk a few people to some universities and become some biologists and different chemical, scientists, so they can start studying medicine with the shrooms and catch up with it in an organic way.
That's what it's all about.
That's the mastership of it. You see?
Yeah.
And that's we gotta catch up with that.
Real talk. That's what it's about at this day and age, man. This falls into the category of what we're going to be talking about, man. But it's just about coming together and providing, platforms, opportunities for the young folk, man, to, do the things that they want to do, man, and get it out.
It's the technical age, this technology.
Straight up.
See what I'm saying? You heard the beat that came on when it came on. But it's me too, man. You see what I'm saying? You understand?
Watch out, man.
Okay, so it's a new era, a new science, a new order, a new format. You know what I'm saying? And tonight, I want to discuss. Let's get into it a little bit.
Before we do that, just want to exclaim and say that I think today Africa about his birthday, ain't it? He's Earth Strong.
Sure is.
Sure is, right?
Peace, God, Earth right. Earth right.
Overstood, enough respect.
Peace to all my Universal Zulu Nation fam. Yeah, peace.
Yeah, man, everybody out there, brother.
Lord CASHUS D, Fifth Universal.
Check it out.
You know how we do it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that because Grandmaster Cash's birthday, Cool Earth's birthday was, I think, Sunday.
Oh, man, right around the corner. There's so much other thing going on.
I need to get her a call. That's what I really need. We gotta check up on our people. Yeah. We'll get him a call tomorrow. We'll get him a call.
Check on your people, y'all, man.
Yeah,
talk,
man.
Check in on
reach out to Bam, everybody, man. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? That's a great thing. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Enough respect.
Lightwalkers!
Yeah, man. Live and direct, man. You understand?
Before I get into this, I like to give praises to the Most High. All that is divine. That all is divine to make the light shine. I like to give praise to the Most High, to all that's divine, to make the light shine, make that light shine. Lightwalkers, those that like to walk in the light. All right, y'all. Tonight, let's deal with. I was trying to find a title for it earlier, but I couldn't. I So you gotta keep the title in your head. It's gonna be called so and so. No, I couldn't.
It's so hard to describe it, man, because it goes in so many different directions. You know, so many different.
I just go into it. There's been incidents, but this one is just focusing, starting. We like to do history. We're gonna do history. We're gonna start what just happened a few minutes ago, back to a week ago, going back and back. That's how we're gonna go back.
Yeah.
So this happened about maybe a week or so, Friday. Last Friday.
Recent, man.
And it's been happening a lot though, in a lot of different places.
True.
But the young people went downtown to Chicago. And they went downtown and they just mobbed downtown. They mobbed it. I mean, I couldn't see no activities. I couldn't see no real comradeship. What you saw was fighting. What you saw was this. I don't know what we still seeing
fighting amongst each other.
Oh yeah, listen, man. I'm talking about throwing down. I'm talking about hundreds of young people.
Yeah.
Hundreds of young people that been poured out the communities of Chicago.
It's like a riot, man.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's how it is. Exactly.
Wow.
So check this out. All these young people, I'm talking about now. I know we like to say they're my babies and this, but they acting straight up. This is ignorant shit, man. Meaning they don't know. This shit is ignorant. I'm talking about ignorant. I'm looking. And as a parent myself, I'm looking saying, wow. You know, I didn't know my children grown now, but I'm saying I did not catch her. Even my 19-year-old, she would never do it. She wasn't trying to shit or that. She tried to do something else. Yeah, catch my children downtown and some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Some shit like that.
Yeah, what is a parent's mind thinking right now? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
See, I'm curious about that.
Now watch the police. I'm gonna say they were some punk ass police. You know why I'm saying that?
Why you say that?
Because the young people they was acting a fool. Wow, I'm talking about they fighting
like spirit took over, man.
And the police ain't doing nothing but like corralling. You know, like don't touch them, don't flip little body, don't, you can't, no. Don't knock them
I see that, man.
Don't push it.
You know what I mean?
Don't just out of your family. The young people acting a fool. I'm talking about, I ain't exaggerating, man. And I've seen this many times.
Yeah.
Especially in Chicago. When it get warm, this is when they bid. This is a powder keg. It's a powder keg. But downtown, let me tell you why I'm saying downtown. When I was coming up, we did the same thing the young people doing. Let me stop all of that.
Okay.
For all those that don't know. Because I grew up in South Side, West Side, all of that. I'm all the way around it. You see? We did that too. We fought. We fought at the Bud Billiken Parade. We fought at the WJPC Parade. We fought downtown, especially $2 Tuesday. When I was in high school, we went down there. $2 Tuesday. They had a bunch of movie theaters downtown on State Street. And they would have $2 Tuesday. And we would cut school there. Every school in Chicago was down there. Yeah. And it was you folks and brothers. It was gang back down. It was gang back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it was, I know it's a different time, but it was a different order and an aura to it than what it is today. I didn't say that we did the same thing.
You mean that it's different by the purpose surrounding it? The reason y'all did it was because of this?
Let's discuss.
All right, let's go there. Let's open up topic here.
We got to talk like that. You know, we got to talk like that. Because we did it, but now they do it. Now, what's different than ours and theirs is, first of all, downtown Chicago, it was an off limits. You didn't do that down on LaSalle Street. You didn't go up on Michigan Avenue and do drive-bys. You didn't do that. Downtown was somewhere you escaped from your neighborhood to go downtown and do something different.
Yeah. You
see, act like you was them downtown. You see, that's how you did. You went downtown. Yeah, downtown safe. Downtown was safe.
Yeah, man.
There ain't no more. Now, here's the next thing. I'm watching these young people, and they downtown, and ain't nothing open.
Yeah, they ride in or whatever you want to call it in the evening time. The night time. They close down for the evening.
Nothing for them to do downtown at all.
No, man.
No. All right, I can see you down there kicking it, but why is the hyper-violence? I want to get into the root, because we got a serious problem. And it's not just happening in Chicago. This is happening in Baltimore. This is happening in L.A., in New York City, in Queens, New York. This is happening all over, man. It's happening like this. It's like our young people are unplugged.
Oh man, straight
they're
up.
Unplugged from well, I want to say they're unplugged from culture. They're unplugged from history. They're unplugged from themselves. They're unplugged. They're locked into the digital age. Now, we all know that all of this is built off of Facebook.
Sure enough.
And Instagram.
Can't lie about that now.
And TikTok. And all the rest of it is built off of those platforms.
Word gets around quick nowadays, man.
You see? Now, the city says we need to put new places together for them.
Absolutely. They were here, out of all people, a police officer, a CPD officer say this, man.
Okay.
Out of all people, and to me that's the strangest thing, man. You think you'd hear that coming from the household, man? People wanting to do that, man, from the ground level up, you know. But I think it's really deep, man. That somebody that's supposed to serve the public has something to say like that, man.
Well, here it is. Let's brighten the light a little bit. Could it be a deploy for something else that comes behind it?
Man, that's what you're talking about them, corralling people like that.
First it becomes laws and legislation.
Sure enough.
All right, now you call like this, blip, wop, wop. These are major metropolises they building. Right. So if you get caught like this, it suffers this consequences and repercussions that go with this. But it looks like it's soft coming in. Or is this a real thing? Because I keep hearing them saying community organizations. They keep saying we got to look at the community organization. And this is the official saying this. Now, this one play with the boy with. Yeah. Because it's the whole problem is created by the deadness of the mind and the soul.
Absolutely. And I testify, man.
And those an oppression in the neighborhoods that they come from, and we come from. I come from. Even you.
Sure enough. My generation.
When you go out this door from where we at Lightwalkers Studio, you better have a missile.
Watch out, man. You get something.
You better know somebody, have a missile, have a Hawkeye. Seriously.
It's him.
Don't play no games. We come on now. These young people come from that same science, that same oppression, that same tyranny like that same rule, that same system. It's nothing to do in the neighborhoods. There's no opportunities at all.
None.
We don't even talk about jobs. Jobs and opportunities are two different things.
Separate that, man.
Politicians are always hollering, we need jobs. No, we need opportunities. There are no opportunities, no options. The only we got is the ops.
Wow.
There ain't no options, it's the ops.
Wow, brother.
Y'all heard that first. No options, it's the ops.
That's a hell of a concept right there.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what is going on, man.
No, we know.
Sure enough.
Now, you can't sell dope like you used to.
Nah, different game. Completely different.
To the land of the blinking eye, the all-seeing eye is everywhere.
Ooh, watch out.
So you can't get away with none of that. And then So people will tell on you in a minute. So that game is real short for those that really know how to bend and skin it. That's just real talk.
Yeah, man, what's good?
So what's the other motive? Now, I see them on the videos with the drill music. I see them. Talk to me, Lightwalkers. Put something in the comment section. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see what y'all talking about, because I see it. I see it. What can we do about it? Now, they said they're going to open up some programs. What kind of programs y'all think they're going to open up? You think they're going to give us another midnight basketball? They're going to give us another faith-based organization control programs? That means your church. See, when they start doing that, they hollering federal dollars. They hollering big money.
Yeah, man, every time.
Now we're going to the source of the power. Big money, where it gonna come in at, who gonna have it, who gonna get it, who gonna what's how it gonna be played. Now, these children, let's go into the culture of the children. I like to talk a little bit.
Yeah, analyze it like
watching the things go down. Let's go into the culture of the children. Okay, average background of children out there like that, I want to say that's running from about 12, 13 to maybe 20. I might get 21 on the male side. Female side ain't going no past 17. I'm going with those numbers because I'm going by how the powers of the body change during them times.
Yes.
How you mature, how the hormones stretch, how things come in. I was once that age myself, so were you?
Sure enough.
All right, so you know we're going with 15. Come on, huh? I didn't raise children. I know we're going with 15.
Yeah.
Girl and boy, or man and little mama. You see? So during that era, that time like that, this is this undeveloped mind. And this undeveloped mind has no plug-in into its self-worth, and that comes to its culture and its history. That's where it comes from. They unplug. At the same time, they being fed a diet. And this diet consists of sugars and ready-made chemicals by corporations and companies that you don't know. It fries the brain. This sugar does destruction to the body. That's why your children bounce off the wall. This is fructose and all these things, and the flaming hots and the blue juices and the diets the way they eating, how they being fed, and this is brand new parenthood. A lot of it's lazy from mama and daddy or just mama.
The old saying, my brother, the docile mind is the devil's playground.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Here these young people, they unplug.
Yeah.
The only thing that they know is that they live somewhere that's said to be bad. It's the hood. Even though some of them come out of some nice house in Chicago, and some of these so-called hoods.
Straight up, man.
I don't see the whole hood dumped off, and this ain't like area. And they got some nice little stuff here still. Like, oh, this, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that at all.
Most definitely.
No kind. Like, either one might be a little bit, we used to call it stranglewood. They found all the dead bodies in there back in the day, man, all the murders and serial murders and all that crazy stuff. Yeah. So that's a whole conversation about the spirits, and they go in this conversation too. They do. These young people are unplugged. And they got these chemicals in them. The biological and chemical warfare that's being ran will destroy generations behind it because it's not learning anything. It has no respect at all. I watch, you know, I see the policeman and the police doing they ain't even the police. They ain't the police.
I don't know what's going on out there.
Stop. Yeah. I see them try to fight the police, and one they push them away till they get to be too much. Then they grab the handcuffs. You know, they grab you and beat you up and broke you up and threw you around and slapped you down on your belly and put the handcuffs on you.
I got to say, man, there's got to be a reason for this rebellious attitude, man. Why are the young folks?
What reason? Go ahead, no. What reason? There's a reason. Look at where we live at. You ain't out here with us. You right here with us. You brought it up.
That most definitely. I can't see no other way but unplug, my brother.
Go outside and see the reasons. Look at the reasons. Right outside the door, and there's the reason. My phone. We can't hear my phone.
Yeah, most definitely.
My ear ringing.
I know.
You say, go outside and check. Is it a reason? I'm serious. Come on, man. It's been forgotten, man. Listen, they locked up all the. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. They locked up all the gang chiefs, man. They locked them all. They killed off all the prophets. They came and brought to the bring some programs and whatnot. They killed them off. You see? Now we don't have nothing. We don't even have a man in the community like that no more. You can't be a man in the community no more. You know, it don't work that way no more.
Oh, man, wow.
You know, we don't have that rule like that. And these children are unplugged for generation after generation after generation. The people will talk. Nothing. This is serious.
You know, you always talk about how we see this happen with a lot of great rulers, man. They fail to prepare a successor, you know what I mean? And that didn't go.
What's that?
I don't know. Strange things be happening with you.
Man, some Lightwalkers.
Hey, watch out, man. That's what happens when you bring the power like so, man.
That's me?
Strange happenings, y'all.
I don't know what that's strange, yeah.
It always be like that, man. We know how to few strange encounters like so.
That was deep.
Oh, man, yo.
I don't know where that came from.
Hey, man, walking in the light, man.
Lightwalkers, man.
Things that happen like so. Travel through the frequency.
Okay, when you say unplugged, when we're talking about bloodshed, man, we're talking about something that this is. If I really was to say that the so-called African-American Negro race, I gotta use those words. I know y'all don't like them words, black people.
No, we're still.
Okay, I know people don't like some of them words, but we gotta use the words as the new words that was used. If I say those people, if I say that they're the newest race on the planet, some will argue with me up and down why I say that. Since 1555, and the conception of transatlantic slave trade, to 2015 is 500 years. So I want to celebrate the history of hip-hop. So I want to say 50 years, let's talk about the history of black people born in America.
They said the sound ain't right now.
it sound like now?
Yeah, man, what y'all talking about? You can hear us now?
Yes, now. Come on now, we're gonna get it right, because we got some good stuff going on now. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. I'm gonna step back from the mic a little bit, maybe I'm a little bit loud. I'm a little bit loud for y'all. I hope so.
Yo, let us know if y'all can hear us.
Yeah, let us know. Since 2015 is 500 years.
500 on the dot, man.
Okay?
Turn the reverb off.
And
what y'all say now?
1, 2, 1, 2. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Maybe this will straighten out the problem. Okay. Hope we straighten out the problem so we can continue. Since 2015, here's the first, this is the newest race of people on the planet. See, I know we want to hang on to the Native American thing. I know we want to hang on. We want to hang on. We want to hang on. We want to be Cherokee. We want to be Navajo. We want to be Blackfoot. We want to be all those things. We want to be, some of us are. Ain't no dispute. You got no dispute with me with none of that. None of that history that's taught like that, I have no dispute. But there's a race born in captivity, a race that was reproduced, that is what it is right now today.
That's right.
You see? So, this is the last of the burn-off of that period.
Ooh, man.
Because something new is coming. This is my theory. Okay, the Lightwalkers. And why it's called Lightwalkers. This is just my theory. Everybody has one, I have mine. Now, this burn-off is the ending of a cycle. An ending. And a lot of this is not going to make it. Okay. Bob Marley said, there's a natural mystic blowing in the air. If you listen carefully, you will hear. Many gonna have to suffer. Many gonna have to die. Don't ask me why. Bob Marley.
That's the ultimate thing right there, man.
This was from the prophecy.
Sure enough.
All right. This race is at the end of this cycle.
All right.
And stepping into a new era. That's going to be different. But a lot of this is going to have to burn off. You can create programs. You can create all that, but until you unplug them back in, you don't have it. They're not going to come to that. They're not going to listen to that. They're just not. Technology is too advanced used by them. This whole thing and all over the cities, this whole thing is planned by social media.
Absolutely, man.
Okay? And they control it. It's not even a method to it.
Absolutely.
It's let's go downtown and tear the shit up. Let's go downtown, hang out. Pootie Ray Ray, Tay Tay Momo, JoJo Bobo and them. They gonna be down there and we're gonna tear it up and we're gonna act a fool. And now, why you don't do that in the community? Because the community is just that bad.
It's that dangerous, man.
Not even this dangerous, it's just that nasty and raggedy and all that shit.
Straight up.
that you don't even want to be there. Now, I don't compare it. I start seeing a lot of this happening. Like I said, we did stuff similar to this when I was a youngster. And as I look back, you go back in your Soul Train history book, and you get to be old cat like me, you go back in your Soul Train and say, damn, man, why was we doing that? Why did we do that?
Sure enough, that's a good question.
You know what? Damn, we did that. Don't tell nobody we did that. Yeah, man, y'all did that. Yeah, no, don't tell nobody.
Yeah, man.
All right. Excuse me. But this new hyper-violence and the way it's being done, and the guns, I'm talking about they shooting downtown, man.
Straight up, man.
Now, we fought downtown, but we didn't shoot.
There's no boundaries.
They shooting on Michigan Avenue, man. They shooting on the Gold Coast. They shooting on the Magnificent Mile. They shooting where the money at. And what they shooting for, they ain't shooting to rob it.
They sure ain't. They just busting a gun.
And killing each other. This got a lot to do with the frequency they listening to, the music. It's got a lot to do with the culture that we call it culture, and how we wrapping ourselves around it, and how the real culture is being attacked and assassinated, and there's got stigmas on it, and people want to seal that off. Absolutely. They have a hidden agenda to seal it all off. You see, and hide behind some issues and some different things that they can hide behind to do that.
Oh, man.
While the other culture is being promoted on us. While we celebrate the king of trap. Trapped in the frequency.
Trapped in the frequency, brethren.
Okay. Young people down there, not only got the chemicals of the diet that they eat, but let's talk about the fun night. What's a fun night 15 years old? Well, first of all, I'm going to ask this question to everybody listening to me. What kind of child, the profile of a child, let's use their words, all right? Let's use their words now. Profile. Look at the profile of a child that ventures off to go downtown through social media, knowing this what it is. I know you're 15. I know how I go. I know. But you ain't been to quite a few of them, so you know. Just like when you was coming up and you do your thing, you've been to quite a few parties and you know.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right? Yeah. All right? But they go downtown. All right? Let's do the profile of this. What would you do at 15 going downtown? Let's talk about it. We drank. We smoked reefer.
Yeah, most definitely. I went to the ice skating rink down there, walked around in the botanical gardens in the park. You know,
smoke reefer?
Yeah, man, you already know. Yeah,
we had alcohol.
Yeah, man.
We had beer. At that time, they drank a lot of beer. We had a whole 6-pack.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Like a 40 ounce. I come to the days of 40 ounce. I do. He had one on his arm and one he was shipping on like this. Don't throw it back like that. Oh, he was 800.
Well,
and we got drunk.
Yeah.
We fought maybe sometime in the corner somewhere. But the hyper-violence. Now let's go to today. Let's get out of yesteryear and go to today. The new chemical warfare. The pills. The pills.
Most definitely.
The new system of pills. The mollies. The ecstasy. What's it? Xanax? Am I saying that right?
Xanax, man.
Xanax, man.
Olanzapine.
Name some of them shits.
Olanzapine, Percocet, Loratab, Oxycontin, man. Roxy's, man. My goodness, man. We go to Ambien, Vicodin, man. My goodness, man.
All right.
Demerol.
Ooh, I know Demerol. Yeah, that's what I heard, y'all, in the penitentiary.
Morphine pills.
They needed Demerol. That's old.
What's the one that they be setting up all these clinics, man? For methadone, man. Methadone clinics are all over.
Yeah.
They got one down in Miller right now.
Yeah, they just need it.
Oh, man, these are powerful things. Mind-altering substances, you know what I mean? Oh, it's something heavy.
Listen, man.
If you've taken some of that stuff, then you could testify to the mind state or the feeling that it can put you in. You know what I'm saying? Especially to the virgin mind. You know, when we taking these substances, you know, for me, when I was taking them back in the day and listening to, like I said,
taking them back in the day.
Oh man, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't still taking them back.
No, we walking in the light right now. You know what I'm saying? We done came up from the
Lightwalkers.
Watch out, man. Yeah, you understand. So we taking these things, man, and listening to the music or the frequencies, like things like 666 Mafia or the Gucci, man, and the three the Migos, man. You know what I'm saying? And all these cats that's making that trapped music to keep you trapped inside the box or the paradigm. This stuff.
That's your era.
Most definitely. It heightens up that dopamine.
Hypnotized logo with the people with a clock.
Most of the people listening to that was taking the same
serious. Yeah? Like some of the stuff on the back wall of me right here.
Watch out, man.
Some of the stuff on the back wall. This the era he talking about right here.
Whole era.
When we do Lightwalkers, we deal with the fifth element. You see, knowledge, culture, and understanding. We deal with light. We deal with the bears of light. So we look at the darkness. We examine these are pictures that come from album covers and different pictures that we collect.
All forms of propaganda, man.
A period of, I like to call it demonics. Demonics. The image of women and all that. So when he talking about this era, and I ain't come up with that, this is the era we talking about. Go ahead and finish it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So when we taking these substances and we listening to these musics or frequencies, the substances that we're taking are already allowing us to start feeling good, man. You know, open us up, feeling loose, as they say. You know, people, you always hear the rappers like Lil Boosie and all them cats getting loose, man, or you know, all the rappers talking about getting loose, man. You know what that means? That means you opened up, man. You're feeling the frequency. You know what I mean? So we're listening to these musics and they put these chants, man, these rituals that's going on in there, and these things are constantly, you know, being circled around in different environments with people that are taking these same substances. You know, like you said, you're doing a ritual right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're playing with these substances, and they're opening us up to these things. So when we're doing that, it's causing us to have all these feelings. And if the song's talking about, you know, hey, I'm busting the gun, man, I'm getting violent, man, I'm getting down, you know, that's telling us what to do, man. And these things get programmed into it. This is part of what they call nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is things that we consume inside of our everyday foods nowadays. We always talk about genetic modification, you know. The nanotechnology plays a big part in that stuff. And these things are microscopic pieces of, like a microchip, you know, on a microscopic level, man. You can barely see it. It can almost be put in as an implant. It can be put in anything that we consume. Mm-hmm. And these things, in turn, get latched inside of our body. And then we can be controlled by other things that are susceptible to the frequencies that are programmed into these. You know what I mean? If something's programmed at a specific hertz, you know, we start to see how different music can possibly affect us, you know, in our moods and our brains and how we're thinking. And that's why I think a lot of these mob mentalities come from, man, because a lot of us are listening to, you see the people that are out there rioting and such, man, they're listening to a lot of these same frequencies, man. You know what I mean? And this all plays back to the community, you know?
See, how we lock it together.
Living in the lowest to the low.
Lightwalkers, let's see, the concept of the Lightwalkers, when we started talking like this, was because music.
Yeah.
We're following the frequency, history of the frequencies. We're following the soul search of the music. Absolutely. We're following the tone and the pitch of the music.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we walking through time. We watching something. We watching a particular thing happen. We paying attention to it so that we can bring it to you because it's live in your living room through 5G.
Oh, absolutely, man. Live and direct.
So we bringing it directly to you. So what we're talking about is the young people in the hyper-violence. All right, we already know they're coming from the poverty.
Yeah.
This is born in poverty. I heard one of them young boys over there on O Block say, hey, man, ain't nothing over here but some poverty, man, some poor people, man. You see? So in the poverty is the garbage. And if you sit in the garbage, the mind sits in the garbage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mind your school is right around the corner. He ain't worth nothing.
Not a damn thing.
All right? And this imported pill culture, this bathtub drugs, like I call it. Some of that stuff made in the bathtub.
Oh, man.
Some of that stuff made in some stuff y'all don't even want to know what they put it in, man. It's so nasty.
Wicked substance.
You know what I'm saying? And it's made. Now, our babies are being influenced through music and the so-called culture, so-called hip-hop culture. That ain't no hip-hop. That's not hip-hop. When Nas said hip-hop was dead, he wasn't lying.
He wasn't playing, bro.
Hip-hop died to me when Tupac and Biggie died. When the both lines were split from the East and the West, it killed the spirit and it opened up a door for something new. The legacy was cut.
And then we seen the 2000. We seen like the the music of the 2000s kind of take place, man.
It changed immediately. It changed immediately.
A whole different vibe, a whole different frequency, man.
The culture the young people are programming into that make you look like that is the dark culture of drill.
Oh, wow.
Drill can also have the word thrill in it. Because with the drugs and the poisoning of sound waves, you become a thrill killer.
No, I want to say, I'm curious, man. I want to see if anybody's out at a university or such, man. If you can get access to, it's like a big speaker, man, and you can amplify different tones or different ways or different sounds into it. If you could put like the hi-hat in there, because we always hear like that hi-hat sound now, that like 1/64th of a note hi-hat that's like. We always hear that in the drill music, man.
Yeah.
You don't hear that in much other music at all. Only drill.
I wonder what that does to the molecular structure of a human being in that frequency like that. You know, because it's repetitious too.
Sure enough. A lot of things going on, man. Short period of time. It's like what we talk about when you watch television, how they program the TVs with these little flashes, you know, within the programs and such. Same way.
Now they groove with the music and the heat. Now when they had the George Floyd thing, when I was going down, you watch the young people. They wasn't rioting. They were looting.
Yeah, big difference.
Bob Marley, I like to go for Bob. Bob is a bad dude. Bob Marley said, burning and looting tonight. You see? He said, I woke up this morning in a curfew. Oh, God, I was a prisoner, too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You see?
I'll let you know.
Now, I watched all this mass looting. I heard all kind of arguments about it. I heard somebody say, they tearing up our store. Them ain't our store.
Surely ain't. You don't own that store. You probably renting the building.
No, the store ain't the issue. You ain't no way. Store ain't getting you nothing. Store ain't gonna give you nothing. You can't get no jobs in the store. How they our stores?
So you right, man.
You see, they not our stores. That was one argument, but you know, you gotta stay out of it. That's what I really wanted to say to the people.
Big Slim on the check-in. Big Slim on the check-in.
CASHUS D say that. And who?
Big Slim on the check-in.
Big Slim?
Yeah.
Who that?
I don't know. It says your BREDREN right there, man.
Hey, BREDREN. What's going on?
My gains, this ski from back in the day when we was doing the fat one.
Okay,
my gains old ski from back in the day.
Okay, peace, God.
Yeah, man. Enough respect, man.
Yeah. Man. The children nowadays, the frequency is different. And it's unplugged.
His brother just said something interesting to add to what you said. He's talking about Eta, Beta, Theta, Delta, Alpha, Gamma, Epsilon. It's like the Greek alphabets, how we hear the vowels in the music and stuff. Yep. And they talk about how them vowels
that's the stuff I want to hear. Tell me about them people talking like that. You're right.
Yeah, man. That's what Big Slim on the check. Enough respect, Slim.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's real. That's what you was talking about.
All right. Now, let's go back to Chicago. All right. See, Chicago in the streets, there's no control because the scientific belt of street nations is broke.
Show you right.
It's broke. Okay. The folks, you had the splinter groups, you know, peace to everybody. It's CASHUS D. You can have the groups, but The love, life, loyalty, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that they stand by is broke. This is why we can't create educational systems for ourselves.
Whew, wow. That's heavy on the mind right there.
This is my own theory.
Sure enough.
It's broke. That's not being practiced. They say that they following Mr. Larry Hoover's blueprint.
What? That's what they say?
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's what they do. That's what they're doing. But the love, life, loyalty, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is broke. Like the love, peace, justice, truth, and freedom of the vice lords and all of it, and the Stones and all that, that's broke. This is why we can't have nothing in the streets.
Wow.
This magic. See, the concepts of them symbols is a work plate of science.
Sure enough.
It's a tool. So when they put symbols together, they mean things, and they interlock powers and frequencies into it.
Sure enough, man.
And the stars are broke. Because none of the points of the star is actually enlightened to be practiced. Because if they were, you would build schools. You would build small schools. You would build small groups. You would build it, and you would do it through a whole different type of science. You would look at the new era, the new age, technology, agriculture, different things of that nature. You see, and you would teach a code of ethics and a code of power to young people.
Absolutely. That's what
stars are broke. So, community programs come in. Now, the community programs are never made by the community. They're made by legislation and politicians. They designed what they had in the 1990s and gave us midnight basketball. They put on a facade. There was a lot of brothers there because the only reason why they filled up every night was because of the participation of the gangster disciples.
In the 90s?
Yeah. At the Robert Taylor Park. I used to go to them all the time. They fill it up. Wouldn't be no fighting, none of that. With none of that going down. Midnight basketball, these Stones playing them, and this, that. It was a structure because at that time, the streets had its own structure.
Yeah.
You see, there are guys in these organizations still right now today who are great guys who can lead stuff, but they never get a lead because they overshadowed by the gangster, by the darkness. The darkness still wants to rule, so the stars are broken. In order to rescue that, you have to change first the frequency that they're on. Chicago is the point of music. It's the center point of what I like to call a musical revolution. That's what I like to call it. It's the center point of that. And drill music is now duplicated all over America and throughout the world. In England, everywhere, they got drill. Everybody drilling. Everybody a gang. Everybody ATF, the TPD, the DBDs, the DOV. It's like this frequency is creating all these little sub things. These I like to call them subcells. And this killing is being perpetuated all over the world. It fuels prison industrials, which is the new labor force for any type of force manual labor, which will wipe out jobs, but put people straight into the prison force. Jobs in that. Because they're locking up people all over the world.
Oh, you ain't playing.
Young people.
Straight up, man. Influx of young people coming in.
Now, you want to create centers for young people. Now, the only way a center could work like that, it would have to be something the community brought to them and they enhance with the community. I'm going to say this again. The only way them centers ever work like that is somebody from the community brought the program out of that community, that grassroots, and all they did was gave them the stuff to enhance it, to finance it, to enhance it.
That's it, man.
That's how that works. You see, told young folk to do that. There are a lot of, see, while we talk about all these, some people say it's the devil's seed. Their children are called the devil's seed. They lead those. There are these demons inside that run, and they lead those into that. They keep the chaos. They're agents of chaos. They're born in chaos. They're born to do that. You see what I'm saying? Every time I hear them talk about King Von or anybody on the radio or on the TV, they always say a demon. He was a serial killer. He was a he was a bully man. And he'll go down in 35 years. He'll be standing right next to Jason Friday the 13th and Freddy, motherfucker.
Watch out, man. Oh, you ain't playing, Bridget. That was well put right there.
I listen to this all the time. You know, I'm a Lightwalker. I like to walk in the light. I like to buzz. And I like, what's buzz? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like to do the information. HIV, have your information verified. Psychology versus belief.
Watch out now.
You see?
Make you think now.
Now they heighten this image of him and this power, and they give these spirits glory like this, and this is happening all over the world. These I call them so-called internet rap wars, internet rap murders. It's like a sport. In every city, there's a drill. Brooklyn, New York, they drilling the DSDs, GDs, and the Blinking Squad, and then this. You go down here, it's the OTF versus the BBG and the FBGs and the this, that, and the others. Then you go out here, it's the so-so blood, S&Ms, and the this, and this, and this, and this.
So,
and the war, what is it about?
Whew, wow.
I'm going to ask this again.
What is the war about?
Is there a goal in it? Is there a purse? What is the war about?
Me personally, I would say it's about power.
Power of what? Power to do what?
Power of of machismo.
I know machismo. I'm going to give you what you're saying, because they got something to do with
like being the baddest, you know what I'm saying?
But the war, the casualties of war, why? What's driving the force of it? Something is driving the force. I can see if we go to war over there, every 10 years or so. But they going there every day. You can't walk outside.
No, you can't walk outside.
You can't walk outside.
Sure enough, it's
and they don't care about nothing no more. It ain't no go get your man. Go get the man. Go get the target. It ain't none of that. They shooting, man. They knocking off everything, man. And it's vicious. And watch this. They got a culture to go with this, man. I'm starting to see a lot of this in the spooky. All these cats wearing these face masks and shit, man.
I seen some cats driving in a Maserati the other day, and both driver and passenger had face masks.
The culture. Look what's being created. And my son had me rolling. My son says, he said, Daddy, man, up there, man. He said, they put that face mask on. He said, they'd be a whole different person. Like they put the mask on. They'd be rough and tough. Their eyes get better.
Hey, I was just thinking that's like the personality that it gives me when I be wearing my thing, man.
Everybody, man, you know what I'm saying? He take the mask off, he back to his own self again.
That's
it like that here.
Yeah, man.
This happening in Missouri. This happening in Chicago. This happening in Alabama.
Oh, heavily.
Georgia. This happening all over. This happening even in Hawaii, where you would never think it's happening. It's happening.
It's happening in Alaska, brother.
It's a culture that they spread. See, when the East Coast, West Coast thing ended, the tragedy was psychological. Because they killed the East and the West. They killed the vibration of the East and the West. And the South emerged. And through the South came a spirit. Yeah. talk about it. Lightwalkers. Through the South came a spirit. And that spirit was demonic. I like to use that word because it's a common word, and y'all seem to know what that means. And I'm saying exactly that.
Sure enough.
A record company was created called Def Jam South. It was a piece of Def Jam. It was said Scarface was supposed to run it. It flew down south to harness that type of music. The South, this is me, y'all. I know this might sound spooky and all of that, but it is. And you see what they say on the back of me? It says Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and Snoop Dogg are plotting on you. You don't see the goats? I can get into some stuff, man. Don't worry, I can get into it. They sit down there because of all the blood that's been spilled in the South of a people. If the music frequency and the heat, the melanated beings, those of hue and melanation, those of they say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the kiss of raw. Most people in the South, you got light skin, but you got a whole lot of people super melanated. Even in the cities of America, we born in this color and cold.
Show you right.
And when that heat blow, we blow. Let's go to it. Why I say that?
Hey, real talk.
In the South, most of the most important and some they never heard about, slave revolts and rebellions. That's two different things. Revolts and rebellions took place in the dead of August, late July, August, between them 2 months, when the heat was at its hottest. This energy, when you go down south, you put your arm out and sweat rises from your arm. It makes a hue. It makes like a perspiration that comes from your skin. But the European don't have, he can't do that. He turn red because he don't have that. Now this heat, controlled by the lack of resources, the lack of opportunities, squad up in dismay, the lack of a real education and facts of who they are, and lack of anything fun in life, period, turns this into a powder keg. Because the music say fuck everybody.
You sure right, man. That's like the spark, man. The spark for the kaboom, man.
The music say fuck everybody. No respect, no nothing. Ain't nothing. We ain't doing man. Ain't nothing. I watched them downtown, man, on that videotape. I watched them pull these people out this car and beat these people up, man. What did those people do, man? They wasn't beating them people up for no rights. They wasn't beating them people up because it was a protest. Why was they beating these people up, man? Why was them people pulling out their car? Why did them people circle that car and walk all over the car and crush the glass and bust the windows? I can see you shake the car up and keep your ass moving. But now you tearing up the car. They got through the car on fire. They beat the people out the car on fire.
Wow.
Police standing there like this. It's out of control. Now these other people looking. It's 1% looking. So now they finna craft some laws. They finna lay down some curfews. Watch it come. Here it come.
Oh, yeah.
They finna lay down some curfews. They finna put lockdown.
Summertime coming, man.
Gonna be like Stateville out here. It'll be locked down. You know what I'm saying? It's coming.
Yeah.
Summertime coming. Watch how they control it. Watch how you got checkpoint Charlies everywhere. I see it coming. This bill's more legislation. This puts more dollar into federal money into the streets. You see what I'm saying? To control things. Because the spirit is out of control because it's unplugged. And it has nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? It has nowhere to do nothing. It has nothing to do.
No outlet.
It has nothing. It's been jolted and fucked over and knocked in the head. Excuse my language and all of that. But it's been done a deal.
Real, brother.
And it has nowhere to go. Here comes some more harness and control. Here comes some more drugs. It's the Lightwalkers, y'all. Pay pay attention, because if you see the warfare, you know how to get your people out of it. We got to start getting at the people one by one, time after time. We got to put our dollar into it. We got to put our common sense into it. We got to put our power into it. We got to put our skills into it. We got to reach the people. We got to come to something.
Straight up.
We got to. These are real things happening. I know it sounds spooky, but it is what it is. And what it is. A culture has been created. It's not no hip-hop. It's not hip-hop. Hip-hop is dead. Hip-hop, man, got a frequency to it. Hip-hop, we know don't make you do all that hip-hop. See, hip-hop had a frequency that said peace, unity, love, and having fun.
Watch out, man.
See, that was the frequency. That frequency lasts for a long time. That frequency went all the way up to Fight the Power. It was still there.
Straight up.
When you listen to Fight the Power, you dance. You do your fist in there. You felt proud of yourself. Peace, unity, and love. You know what I'm saying? You felt proud of yourself when you listen to that. But when they killed Biggie and Pac in the 90s, before the millennium, before the age of the, imagine the poetry and the things that are coming together, that yin and yang could have happened to do that. That magnetism to bring that coastline and lock that belt.
Oh, yeah.
And keep a culture alive. The culture was happy. It was moving. It was broken. And the fall of it came because just like the stars, I said, are broken. Same thing. Lightwalkers, talk to me. What's in the comments? What we got down? What's tonight talking about? What are you talking about tonight?
Our spells have been held in churches in closed places and stopped by frequencies changed over time to keep the people held bound spiritually so no one's dreams of witches can flourish and bloom. Yeah, man, real talk.
Yeah.
Peace, just showing support for my brothers. Good night. Operation PUL 2023, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man, enough respect.
All right, leave us some comments, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to us to the channel. You know, we're on the Mystic channel, AK Mystic channel. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You know what I'm saying? And, we take donations in the CASHUS so we can make this better and better. We bring on some things about the Lightwalkers. We're talking tonight about the violence and that's happening all around America. Yeah, that's just in the center of town, like Chicago, places like Baltimore, places like LA, places like all over New York is happening. All over the East Coast is happening. And we were just talking about how hip-hop was broken, like the gang stars are broken. The magic of these things are broken. The symbolization is broken. The knot is twisted because we can't get out of it. And we're stuck. We're stuck until a time period has to end. A lot of this you see ain't gonna make it. I don't like to talk like that, but we got to. A lot of what we see is not. It's not going to make it.
Most definitely, I can understand.
When they killed Tupac Shakur, they killed a special voice that was coming. It hadn't got here the way it was going to get here. It hadn't got here the way it was going to get here. He was still in growth. He was just catching up with himself. He was what, 24?
27? Is he part of the 27 Club too, man?
I thought Tupac was about 24, wasn't it? 24, 25. About 24 when he died.
All right.
Am I right? Somebody tell me.
Somebody let us know,
man. I want to say 24. He hadn't even caught up with himself yet. Yeah. He hadn't even developed as a man yet in his brain. He was getting there. Imagine. They couldn't have that. They couldn't have
25, man. 25.
I thought he was young that time. He was a young dude.
Yeah, man. Young buck, man. Sure.
They had to destroy that vibration. The Notorious Big was like that too, the poetry, the sound of his voice, the structure and the rhythm of it, the call to command, the strong voice.
Man.
If the music changed, if he got you singing, "Oh, Biggie, give me one more chance," imagine he started laying some foundation stuff about it. Imagine one of them started talking about the stock market. How many people play the stocks? A whole lot. Make a record say we playing the stock. Now Jay-Z the stock market. And to see how many people make records. How the trend changes.
What was that?
See, the voices of those people they control, but these other people they couldn't control because they were sent here on a spiritual mission to do something else. See, when special people come to do things, we try to control them. The system wants to control them and hold them. And these people know who they are. They know the specialty of them. They know the cause and the worth of them. So you can't control them. And he was somebody you couldn't control. He was influenced. When he needed love at the top of his life, I'm talking about the spiritual love, he fell into death row. Death row was not a spiritual love in a righteous way. It was a spiritual way of love in a dark side. And it consumed him. It consumed him when he wore the colors of red with them.
Ooh, watch out.
He wanted to be part of the set. And the only real set he was part of was his royal family, which was the Panthers. But how you go from being a Panther to a Blood? He was influenced in the indoctrination of the spirituality of money and the contract signing, the spell. Now I know what I just said sound crazy, but it's real.
That's what it is.
It's real. Talk to me, Lightwalkers. Talk to me, Lightwalkers. All my people that walk in the light, this Take Note Productions. Are we taking notes? All those that walk in the light, tell me if I'm what they say, I'm blind, I'm flying. They ain't even trying.
Yeah, sure, you're right, man. It's a heavy piece of work right there, man.
Talk to me, man, because all that era was spooky. The Tupac era was, when they killed Biggie and Pac, man, it all changed.
It's like they destroyed, maybe this might be a wrong way to put it, but when they killed them, it was like destroying that perfect frequency. As we speak about, the way Pac and Biggie were able to ride upon the track, fill in all the gaps, even down from the instrumental all the way up to the vocals. It was just something about it was so compelling and so it had an attachment with you. It affected a lot of people, man, subconsciously, man, messing with the hormones and such. So I think by the killing of them, it broke all of that. But we also see within the drill music now, the way that they ride the frequencies, everybody's cadence is the same as well. It's filling in, like it's somehow creating like the perfect storm once again, to cause such a profound effect on the people.
While we talking about that, man, I be researching, so I watch a lot of the videos.
Yeah.
I watched some of the drill videos. I've been following them for a long time, since 2011, 2012, watching the style of them, the demonic, because, I be finding pictures. I be finding demons and all kind of shit. This is what we do, y'all. We got a whole nother Lightwalker show that's about to come that's going to just blow you up. It's a different type of Lightwalkers 1.5. You know what I'm saying? But I find all of this stuff, and I do this research, and I be into these things. And I watched them hold the guns and the dance with the guns. And I look at each one of them eyes, how the eyes is fixated into the camera lens. And it's like they under a trance. And they jumping around, they got the biggest guns and flashing, infrared lights. Infrared camera. I'd be scared. You're like, oh man, why ain't that loaded? Watch out. And it's all these guns. Yeah. Now, here's the sadness of it. The guns are not designed to fight no war in the system. It's designed to fight them, the carnage of them. And through the music that promotes Black Death.
Is this the cleansing that you're talking about? The killing amongst each other?
Yeah. Because they're under the influence of rap, recording artists pretending. Yes. This is systematically happening. of stuff going on inside of that. That is a working plan. That's a business. Funerals, hospitals, jails are businesses. They keep the economy rolling. Everybody need a lung. Everybody need a young kidney. Everybody need a this or that. They don't want your brain because it's undeveloped.
You understand?
But they need all that other stuff. They need it all over the world. You think rich people don't need stuff?
Man. Know what I mean?
Come on. And this is something that's being cycled. That's why you can't get no conscious music to rise, not even on the radio.
Sure, you're right.
The frequency been dull.
They won't even play it.
That's deep. That's deep. They sure won't.
Yeah, we experience it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, man.
Talk to me, Lightwalkers. Might tell me something about this. Let's have a conversation about this, y'all. I need a conversation.
Man.
I need a conversation from y'all, man. I really need a conversation because we got.
I'm trying to unravel this thing so we can get down to. We know a few solutions, man, but to get in touch with the generation, man, to reach the peoples, man. You know what I mean? It's hard to speak that particular language, you know, without coming across coarse.
Say that word again.
Without coming across coarse, you know.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's some new shit.
That's just how the people take it, man.
You're right.
Of course, man. It's like abrasive. It's like rough. You know what I mean? You know, you're rubbing the wrong way just by the way if you say something the wrong way.
They had so-called lost in space, man. The robot said, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger." He didn't say, "Danger, Will Robinson, danger." Come on, man.
Yeah. With the dumbing down of the people, man, and the docileness of the mind, it's almost like they need to be hit with that monotone, almost like talk. We headed into the robotic age, you know what I mean? So it's almost not even cliche to say that, you know? The way that the minds of the people are so dumbed down, it's almost that you have to speak to them in that particular tone or frequency to reach the cats, man. And that's what's really trippy about it, you know? I see this happening even from the youth. You know, growing up when you was coming up, or when my father was, that's about the same generation. But just down the line right there, the way the people was brought up, it taught us more discipline. It taught us to focus, to be hard working, have a certain type of work ethic, man. I'm 30.
30 years old.
I was born, I'm 90s, you understand? So coming up in the 90s, it was like the last generation of that type of discipline to be put down within the household, you know? And I just see that the way that everything has been lost since the 90s, since the 2000s on up, the way the generations are being brought up and the frequencies that are implemented into that. And the dumbing down of the peoples and how we see all these different foods and things coming about. We always talk about how the gut's connected with the mind. You know what I mean? A lot of hormones being played with, you know, even through listening with the music and such as well. So, I mean, it's a big old cluster of things.
Well, you know,
big old cluster, BREDREN.
You know, when you're not proud of yourself, or proud of anything that you do. This is what sink you into that.
Sure enough.
This is what sink you to follow that. This is what's fair to you. And when you have no pride of yourself, you have no care of yourself, so anything is fair to you. Our mamas and daddies were fed all kind of things, and they fed them to us. We were fed government cheese, and it was fed to us. And we fed it to our children, especially my generation. You see? We don't know what kind of effects, but we know it did have some effects, because a 10-year-old ain't a 10-year-old no more.
Oh, it surely ain't, man. Things get passed down through generation. That's the easiest way to get somebody, man, you know?
A 10-year-old used to be innocent. Not no more. You see? Mamas are losing control of the children at age 9.
Ooh, 9.
At age 9, you have a monster on your hand that you can't even control. By the time they get 15, little Jimmy or Sarah or Kaisha or Tyrone, listen, he ain't gonna be nothing nice. He gonna be what they call in the streets a demon. And guess what he gonna be on? Demon time.
I was just finna say, people saying that all the time nowadays.
Put your black mask
on that demon time.
Demon time. You put that mask on, it's demon time.
They letting you know, man.
Now, we see this. we've been following this demonic state of music and science, recording science. That's what it's called, recording science. Not just going to the booth. It's called recording science.
Right.
You see, now we've been following this walk right after the belt. Like I said, we broke the belt east and west coast. And we started the dissension. Is that a great word to use?
Yeah,
y'all tell me if I'm using some words.
It ain't going up, that's for sure.
You see, we started descending. We started to descend where the last thing we saw swinging down on pole was Lil Nas X giving the devil a lap dance. We descended just that far to where we see videos like that.
You know what he said about that? He said that wasn't the real thing. That was CGI. That was artificially created. And then it came back to where we was talking about these artificial demons and such.
Listen, I told you everything.
He said this stuff, man.
Yeah, it's SGI, but then you did it. What was the symbolization of it?
Exactly.
What was the eye candy?
No,
what was the visual? The visual is what we saw.
Yeah, man.
The visual. Listen, man, they used to do this with music. There was this record. I think the artist's name was Tom Brown. The record was called Do You Want to Get Funky With Me? Now, the record was a jam. Do you want to get funky with me? Do you want to? The record was bad. But if you listen to the lyrics on it, he looked in my eyes and saw my creativity. He started reaching for my soul. And I had no choice but to heed the command of the devil's voice. Do you want to get funky with me? Do you want to? Boom, boom, boom. Then it had this part where he slid down in hell. No. It's like he burned in the fire. No. If you look at the album cover, that's what was going on. The album covers back then were like that. All the rock and roll covers, a lot of the 70s music, disco music, all of them had that element of the same type of cosmic satanic force. This type of element had been released.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
See? So he had this record. Do you want to get funky with me? Do you wanna? You see, you had Led Zeppelin. You had a lot of groups like that who paid homage to that.
Most definitely practicing the dark.
And they were for real too. Billy Idol was one of them. I'm dancing with myself. I'm dancing.
Yeah,
you gotta know what he was really talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, we see this music. Now, hip-hop or rap. Let me stop. Let's break this down. Hip-hop is the culture. Hip-hop is the 4 elements with the 5th element. Some like to say all the rest of the elements, Sheriff's one, thank you, that's great. But let's go from the 4 to the 5th. Let's go to the table, the 4 to the 5th. The first element being the DJ.
Watch out, don't forget it.
The DJ is the cosmetic foundation of the art itself, because it gives the frequency and the kinetic frequencies and signals and vibrations to create the rest of the elements. The next one that comes is actually the B-boy. The B-boy and B-girl, they like to say that, but B-boy means to break. This was a term that they made when they said in the middle of the record, they would play the break, the drum, play them over and over, and they would go and they would break. They would just bug out on the floor.
Sure, you're right.
The third element is the MC, not the rapper. The rap means recording artist pretending. The MC. The MC was the master of ceremony, the microphone controller. The MC was the poetic justice. The MC was the announcer. The MC was the grand of all things. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Original MC said, your mama in the back, Cheryl, she said time to go home. So y'all put your hands in there when you got your felines on. Put your felines on. You see, the MC. That 4th element is the graffiti. The graffiti was the first one to go across the world. You see?
Yes.
Graffiti was the first to go across the world. And this was inspired by the music and the rest of the culture. When the graffiti artists would come to the party, they would come to the parties and they would be inspired, and they would go from the parties and put the pieces up on the wall, paint the trains, these beautiful murals. So I ought to go back and watch the movie Beat Street and listen to the song by Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Melly Mel. You see, we listen to the song Beat Street. Listen to the song. It's a bad song, man. It's a nice song. Melly Mel the GOAT to me, man. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all to rap about Melly Mel, man. He was the first one. He brought it. We only talk about the message, but go back and listen to Beat Street. Listen to it. And this gave a vibration. Another great record you want to listen to and how I feel the hip-hop vibration from its early days is Renegades of Funk by Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force. The Renegades of Funk. You can go Planet Rock and Perfect Beat, but the Renegades of Funk. This was a spirit. Hip-hop was a culture. This made the graffiti artists say, no matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now.
Watch out.
All right. This is a culture. This culture built communities. This culture brought peace, unity, and love. This was the culture. True?
Ain't no doubt about it.
Okay. Rap was created during the belt break when they were trying to snap the belt to harness it. When they producing records. It went from being mom-and-pop type records to major corporations. Now they start controlling what was said.
Yes, sir.
How it looked. And what hurts was going to be on. Did I say that right word?
It couldn't be no better. But it is, man.
All right. Now it's a control culture. Rap, recording artists pretending. It's control culture. And it's misled in frequency and word sound. It's a dream. It's a fantasy. It's being sold because everybody is plugged in through the black mirror.
Show you
your
right.
phones. Now, I'm saying that. People say, why you say that? But yeah, because they're not selling records no more. They're selling views and likes.
That's all they say.
They say this guy got a 5 million views.
It's hard for artists to make a living nowadays, you know what I
5 million views. You know how much money go with 5 million views? That's how you making his money.
Wow.
And what they viewing? I've been watching these videos, man, and these videos been deep. I'm talking about the killing and the. I said, look at the expressions on their faces. You see? Listen to the expressions on their faces.
You said your gains is real high.
Okay. I'm on the mic. I'm up on the mic, too. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm up on the mic. I'm sorry. I'm working it out. I hope I sound better now.
We diving
I hope I
deeper
sound
now.
better. You know, so it's this spiritual connection, this spiritual whole, corporate spiritual whole. And even today's music is even deeper than that. Because it really didn't went to the... Listen, man, I saw a concert with Lil Uzi Vert in it. What is that?
I knew you was going to say that, too. What is that, man?
What is that? I'm going to ask you.
I question the same thing, man.
You know, you're 30 years old, man. You know, you're somewhere up in there. You know more than I know about that. What is that?
That's my generation, man. But that's something else, man. These cats are actually like starting. It seems to me they're starting to try to portray these entities or deities that we. Excuse me. Help me out with this, man. The entities or the deities? Which one are they trying to portray? The deities, right? The entity is what goes in.
And they promote the deity.
Because it seems like these cats are taking on these certain looks, man. Like we see back here, man. Like DMX with the blood all over, man.
Like, this was deep with the DMX thing right here. When he did this blood thing, I thought this was deep. The deepest one up here to me, man. What is this in Run DMC's picture? Since we done died back on the boards, what is this in this picture? This picture came out of Source magazine. What is that? Like some kind of goat figure?
It looked like some.
This was deep here. West Side Glory. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Ice Cube are plotting on you.
Watch
And
out.
you got the West Side Hands. But what made the picture so spooky, in the corner it says sorceress. This is the Source magazine, what it say? It says sorceress. Now, if you look, you'll look and you'll see the goat. You'll see his eyes right there. Here's his nose right here. Here's the shadow of his horns.
Wow, brethren. Deep, man.
Oh, I found a lot of stuff. The back of one of the prayers in Eazy-E album, Bone Thugs and Harmony album. You have to read the prayer in the mirror to see it, turn it around, and it talks about how Eazy gave his soul to the devil.
Wow.
Now people say, I heard them laugh this off on one of them shows. I don't think it was funny. I thought it was real. They're supposed to laugh it off because you're supposed to think it don't exist.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's the greatest trick. Here it is again. That's the oracle. You add the numbers up at 666. I don't care what sequence of numbers that you put in.
Oh, man.
You say,
These are little pieces in there, man.
Yeah, it's all Lil' Kim is a blow-up down. The early Lil' Kim, they had her as a blow-up down when she started turning white like that.
Wow.
This is just some things, man. We gotta look at the new era of it now. So when you see the Lil Nas X, you see what's that little boy name? God bless him.
Which one, man?
From Florida. He got a funny name. No,
Kodak Black.
No, not him. No, you don't see him no more.
Yeah, I think he's in jail right now.
No, not like that. It was.
He back in the thing.
Little somebody. He got the little dreadlocks in. What is his name?
I'm pretty sure that ain't
He got a
nothing.
funny name. He got this funny name.
I don't know, babe.
Tipper Scapper. Tipper Tapper. Scatter Skid or some shit like that. He got this funny, you know what I'm talking about? He got a funny name from Florida. Skitter Scatter. Scatter Skid. Got dreadlocks like this. Trees.
Man, that's...
Skeeter Scott.
Oh, there's a lot of them cats down there, man.
Shit, I said, man, come on, man. You know, dreadlocks used to be something proud to wear, man.
Oh, man.
Not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more.
I'm sure it ain't.
Hey, y'all, it's Lightwalkers. We've been walking in the light. You see what I'm saying? We don't keep y'all tonight, you know what I'm saying? We hope y'all enjoy this. We've been talking about the violence, talking about the young people, you know, and we have to look for solutions in this. We put this information out here so that we can get to some solutions. You see, we're going to have to look at the new era and new age techniques to deal in the new era with the power foundation of what was in the back of us, our history.
Sure, man.
Like I said, these young people are unplugged. And to fix this ill social science that they got these young people in, we don't have to create those centers and stuff. Like I said, a real program is when the community brings the program out and they enhance it, not they create it for the community.
That's right, man.
So when you go down there to talk to your mayors, your people, you see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta start pressing them too. And remember, we need to bring a program out of the community and they enhance it. Not them giving us a program in its enhancement. Because that might be a trap. That might be something else to take us down the merry-go-round. New laws are being passed. Curfews are coming. Lockdown. We've been in a state of martial law since the buildings got knocked down. You see what I'm saying? You know how long ago that's been, don't you? We've been still in that order right now. I never ever heard to change that color from orange. It never been changed.
Never, right?
So we're in a state of emergency in our spirits and our whole structure.
Yeah, it's getting deep, man. Getting deeper.
So I want y'all to take care. It's brought to you by Ancient Mystics All Natural Products. Look for us. You see what I'm saying? I think our Instagram is down. But we got a new one coming up. Also, join the Lightwalkers on the Facebook. And I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all get on Facebook with me and on Lightwalkers, please stop putting all that garbage on there. That's not for that. Only people I want on Lightwalkers is some good stuff. I want some information on there. I want to put information on there. You see what I'm saying? Not all that. I don't want to know what you had for breakfast. I don't want to know that. Yeah, you fine, girl. But I don't want to see that either. You see what I'm saying? So that's Lightwalkers. You know what I'm saying? Also, join us. Next week, we're going to have True coming up. All right, so stay tuned for that. And like I said, y'all, thank y'all for having us. Thank you for watching us. We love you. Leave your comments in the bottom. You see what I'm saying? Hit the Cash App if you can. You know, so we appreciate you. Peace, unity, and love, y'all. This is Lord CASHUS D.
Your brother Chris Lyon.
You know what? Let's go out with this, Chris.
All right, man.
Let's go out with this. So we don't go around. We don't take one. All right, let's go back. Lightwalkers ride with us for a minute. We'll see y'all very soon.